another awkward place to wrap, and we're getting some pressure sores back here where we've had to wrap back here. So what we're gonna do today is we have the elasticon tape. We're ideally just gonna do just this kind of top part. We're wanting to leave this out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this elasticon and I'm gonna run it from a little, you want it longer, about 2 inches longer than what you want, from here to here and here to here in the back. So I'm gonna do that. This tape, sometimes you have to rub it to really get it to stick. So I'm gonna go down as far as like I would almost want like the lower leg. So I'm just gonna wrap it like right there. I just try to do the same thing here. It doesn't matter if you think you've gone up too far because you're gonna just pull it back down anyway. And sometimes if you rub the back of it, it helps it to stick. This is a medical grade honey patch, and it can easily stay on about 3 days from what it says. It's Manuka honey. It is not local honey. We've been down that road. So, and I also put a little bit of there's honey like infused in this patch, and then there's also like the little dab that I just put on here. And I already cut it for her size. And then I'm going to put this down, then put this on, and then we're going to wrap it with this. So this is where it gets a little tricky. Let me get this unfold, or get it ready to unroll. Okay. Stick it down there. And so I'm putting this pad over it. And then I'm going to, this is not the cotton with like the strings. This is like soft. So when you're my thing about wrapping is I always wrap it like I'm unrolling it. And I know that may not sound like that makes sense, but instead of going the other way, like you just want it to basically like unroll from what you're doing. Of course, you always need to be careful about like the pressure swords, and I always start from the top to the bottom because the top is usually always bigger. So you're gonna, I do like a half a roll, so like half of that go down, and then after I've got it down as far as I think it needs to go, then I'm gonna kind of work my way up, back up to cover where it was. And then usually this stuff kind of sticks to itself a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start wrapping. You want to wrap it pretty tight, and of course, you know, like I've always said, start at the top and then work your way down. Okay, now I need the vet wrap. Okay. Also, now is a good time to take this and tuck it here. And you want to tuck this up here. I wonder if you can just connect them. I made it so long. Yeah, there we go. And then same up here. Got this extra lip. Fold it down. They'll kind of connect. I'm tucked at the top and the bottom. And then we're just gonna go around. Luke likes to do it real tight.
The vet yelled at me.
For doing it too. So now he's like cutting the circulation out too.
I'm contributing to the sore and the bigness.
It's a pressure sore from the vet. And with this, you always want to make sure, at least what I do, I try not to get this on their actual skin. Because it does pull pretty tight, so I like for there to be like some cushion underneath it if I'm going to be using that wrap. So started at the top, went to the bottom. Now I went to the bottom, and now I crisscross up to the top. And I like a good vet wrap. So I'm trying not to get too tight. I want this hock to be like kind of flexible. And then we're also wanting to wrap her legs because ideally I just don't want her moving her leg a lot. So if you want to get over here and see kind of how we're really just kind of right under the hock, or right under the hock, and like you can kind of get a little bit of your finger in it. But the goal is this amazing elastic tape that you can get at Walmart and shipped in 2 days. We're gonna wrap it around the top but not get on that. So do this top part. So I like to go one crossover and then a half of it. Where do we put the scissors? Here's the scissors. And okay, so I'm going to do the top to hold it in place, but I'm also going to do the bottom. And that's pretty good. Good amount of pressure right there. So this, because it's a little more stretchy, not as tight as that, but this, I don't pull it super tight. My main goal is for it just to stick to the skin as much as possible. And like with us doing the tape up each side, I just kind of like lock. It basically suctions this whole thing and locks it into place once you add the pressure from the vet wrap, the padding, and all the things. This should be on for probably 3 days. And ideally, in a perfect world, it's not going to come off. She's at the mark where she can have it for 3 days. We're past any kind of drainage situation. We're really just kind of hoping for a scab over, and then we'll go from there.